Hello, this is Mr. Stansbury. I'm going to take you through some of the problems on the 4B assignment. All right, first one, number one, solve for x. So we got to get rid of that cube. So to undo the cube, we cube root both sides. Okay, so the cube and the cube root cancel each other out, and we are left with x equals 27 is 3 times 3 times 3. Okay, so that's going to give us x equals 3. Now, this is not plus or minus 3 because negative 3 times negative 3 would give us positive 9, and then you multiply that by a negative 3, and that gives you negative 27, but we want positive 27. So when you end up with odd roots, we're just going to end up with just either a positive or a negative answer instead of a plus minus. Okay? This one here, first step, divide both sides by 5, and we get x to the fourth equals 6, and then we're going to want to take the fourth root of both sides, right? This fourth root and this fourth power cancel out, and we are left with x equals fourth root of 6. Since it's an even root, it's plus or minus the fourth root of 6. Okay, moving on to number 2. A, we've got x plus 1 cubed equals 17, so we're going to want to undo that cube by cube rooting, and we're going to have to cube root this other side as well. So we get x minus 1 equals cube root of 17. Again, this is just a, this is an odd root, so it's not plus or minus. So then our last step is going to be to add 1, and cube root of 17 does not simplify, so we just leave it. X equals 1 plus the cube root of 17. Okay. For E here, first thing we want to do is divide both sides by 2, and we get x plus 4 to the fifth power equals negative 12. Okay, to get rid of that fifth power, we want to take the fifth root of both sides. That fifth root and fifth power cancel out. We get x plus 4 equals the fifth root of negative 12. Now, we can actually take the fifth root. We can take an odd root of a negative number. We just can't take the even root of a negative number. Okay, so we leave that. And last step is to subtract 4 from both sides. And we get that x equals negative 4 plus the fifth root of negative 12. Okay? All right, last ones to take a look at is 4a and g here. Solve for x. X to the negative first equals 1/6. Here's how I like to look at this thing here. We can take x to the negative first. That's the same thing as 1 over x to the first, right? Equals 1/6. And now that I have this, I'm just going to cross multiply. So I end up getting 1 times x to the first is just x. 1 times 6 is 6, so x equals 6. Okay. This one here, same idea. It's to the negative second power, so I'm going to do 1 over x minus 3 squared equals 25. Since there's nothing underneath that, I'm going to actually just put it over 1, so then I can do my cross products again. Okay, so we get 1 times 1 is 1, and then we get 25 times x minus 3 squared. Okay, we got to get rid of the 25, so we divide both sides by 25. And we get 1 over 25 equals x minus 3 squared. We've got a square root to get rid of that square here, and we're left with x minus 3 on the right side. And then this is going to be, we can have square root of 1 over 25. I'm going to change it to square root of 1 over the square root of 25. And since it's an even root, we got to put plus or minus. Right? And really over here, square root of 1 is 1. Square root of 25 is 5 equals x minus 3. And then last step, well, for the most part, the last step to get x by itself is to add 3 to both sides. So we get 3 plus or minus a fifth equals x. So we can actually simplify this a little farther to do 3 plus 1/5 is what x is. And also we get x equals 3 minus 1/5. So 3 1/5, that's going to give us 3 1/5. And x also equals 3 minus 1/5, so that's 2 4/5. You can also do this as a fraction. Sorry, turn these fractions into decimals if you want. That's totally fine as well. Okay? All right. That's all we have for the 4B assignment. If you have any further questions, please feel free to ask. Thanks.